gonna laugh. I might cry and I'm gonna wanna tell you why, because hey, well that's just life. So do-do-do, do-do-do-do, 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 do-do you, and I will do me.
Well, here we are. A different year and a different opportunity for me to annoy the living shit out of you. Hi world, it's Jengwin, and I am back. I want to consistently start podcasting again. I do want to keep the same structures we had before. I'm excited for future guests and what we'll talk about and what will come up. I just have not been active for a while because I have had the most disgusting year of my life. Disgusting, emotional, fucking roller coaster, horrendous, horrific, torturous, tormenting, traumatic, I say none of these words lightly, year of my life. And I've not been well. Frankly, it's a miracle I'm standing here today, speaking, and I don't say that lightly. And I was at the very brink, about to jump off the edge of mental insanity, and I don't say that lightly because I know people have serious mental health issues, and it's not a joke. I have a plethora of my own, and I was very close to just going over that edge and jumping straight into actual insanity. Who am I kidding? I'm fucking crazy. I've always been. Just kidding. Anyways, so hi, welcome back. Thank you for staying here, being here. If you are listening to this, God bless your soul, because here we go. So anyways, here we are. I want to have fun and keep playing games and stay relatable and real, raw, funny, and slowly as I share more, you may learn more about my life. I know people are very interested in learning what exactly has been happening, because I have not shared and been as open with my personal life on social media, which is fine. I'm allowed to be more private, and I'm definitely very private these days. So all that to say, yeah, I started recording an episode, and I was listening to it back right now, and it's fucking sad. I just have not been in a good place. I was not in a good place then. I had just had that surgery. I have felt so alone. I still do, but I don't know. I'm more calloused now because since August 24th, literally so much has happened. I just honestly don't know how I'm breathing. But I don't know what else to do other than just like fucking laugh at it at this point. Like the shit that has happened is just laughable. It sounds so dramatic. And I buried Bad Luck Jenny in the mountains when I started my travels because yes, I live in a car. Yeah, I buried that bitch in Colorado, but she is haunting the shit out of me. Bad Luck Jenny is well and alive at heart. Spirit, mind, and soul. So we're just letting her do her thing, and I've dyed my pink hair. I've dyed my hair pink, and I'm just a new, different person. I'm a different personality, and if people don't like the new me, they can simply unfollow or not listen to this. But I'm not even trying hard. I was about to say I'm trying really hard to stay myself. I'm not trying. I literally have no control over. I'm just who I am. I can't fake my feelings, my emotions, my personality. I don't know how people do that. I don't know how people live double lives, act like different people around different acquaintances. I can't even speak. Yeah, I'm incapable of doing that. So I'm just going to be me, and I don't really feel like I'm purposely trying to like change into a different persona or anything like that, but it's just happening. The world has hardened me and calloused me, and I have seen so much. Already holding the tears back. I have seen so much and heard so much and felt and experienced so much. I'm just a different person. but I'm still the same me. Does that make sense? I'm still me. It's me, Jessica. I'm in here. I'm literally crying right now. Ew. There we go, guys. The first ew has returned to the podcast. Anyways, I don't think I ever finished my thought. Because what is that? Is that a thing that people do? All that to say, I am not, at least right now, I'm not going to even publish that episode that I started recording. Maybe in the future when I feel comfortable, like, telling my entire story or something, I'll go back and continue recording from where I left off, because it's just it's just a lot, guys. But for now, this episode is just going to be me, and we're gonna get right into it. I guess I can give you, for those of you who don't know and haven't been following me on social media, I am recording from my car, which is my little house. I had recently upgraded to a 14-foot vintage camper, and it was so cute, so fun. Being in the wedding industry, I turned it into a wedding photo booth, and I was traveling from it, and I was going to travel the whole country and do music and use it as a photo booth, and I fucking crushed it. I wrecked my home. Literally, just, it's sitting at my sister-in-law's house, waiting to be loved on and fixed, and I don't have the energy or mental capacity to fix it right now. So I'm back in my vehicle. Things are in the works. Hopefully a place of my own to stay in. I'm dreading that though, because I freaking hate Indiana, and you guys know me and how much I don't want to be here. But with the current situation and circumstances, it might be necessary for the time being. So anyways, I am recording in my vehicle, and today it's just me. I don't have a guest. I don't even know who the hell I would want to talk to at this point. Just in general, but let alone for the podcast. So I went on Instagram stories and I asked for your guys' help, because I recently had a conversation with my sister-in-law, and it was very interesting, and I learned a lot about myself just talking to someone who never shared with me how they felt around me when they first met me. And I thought it was a good topic, like, just to talk about on my own and ask you guys questions about what your first impression of me was. Just because I've done a lot of like growing and mental work, and just learning myself and learning to be this new type of person, and I feel like I've always been the same, like my true heart and soul and mind, and I feel really ignorant sometimes with how I am or how I act around people, like, and I don't want to be unaware of how I'm making people feel, because the way others make me feel, especially in certain situations, like really takes a toll on me and like super duper affects me. So I'm like hyper aware of like how I talk to people, or if I'm being fair, or if I'm defending someone else, like in my family, that said something to them that hurt them, but I don't want to offend this person, because if somebody that I care about like said something or did something to them to hurt them, like I don't want to be like, yeah, that's fine, they can do that, that's good behavior. Anyways, I'm literally rambling. But anyways, I asked you guys what you thought of me when you first met me genuinely, and I asked you to be brutally honest. So that's what I'm going to talk about in this segment. And then I'm going to like kind of explain like how I am and how I process and think, and because I feel like obviously I'm not the only one whose brain functions the way mine does, and there's people out there who just maybe sometimes come across the wrong way, and I just want the world to know, like, from someone who's being genuine at least, like what our perspective is in certain situations, if that makes sense. My God, I talk a lot. Good thing this is a podcast, and that's what you do, you talk. I am no longer in my car. It is actually in 6 minutes. It will be exactly 1 month since I recorded the last 10 minutes that you were just listening to of this episode. I have been overwhelmed. So much has happened. Literally, guys, I am a hot mess. I have been getting a tattoo in every state that I travel to, and my next tattoo, no matter where I go, is going to be a tornado, because that is me. That is my life. So it is exactly a month later. I recorded that on October 18th after asking you guys on Amazon. I'm looking at Amazon right now on my laptop. On Instagram, what you thought of me, and now you're probably thinking, she's a fucking tshow. But it is now November 18th, and me, my. We're gonna get into it. All right, here we go. Together, everyone. Sorry, High School Musical. You gotta let the music flow. Speaking of High School Musical, today is October 18th. Fun fact. Did you know that today is Zac Efron's birthday? This is so embarrassing. I had a, what is it called? Like Teen Bop, Kids Bop, I don't know, some kind of bop magazine as a teenager. Obsessed. Come on, weren't we all? With Zac Efron. I mean, covered floor to ceiling posters of Zac Efron in my bedroom as a teenage girl. And of course, you gotta read the fun facts about your crush, Zac Efron, and like how he started, and things like his birthday is October 18th. I do not remember the year. I want to say probably like 89 or 88. That's my guess, because I think he's a little older than me. But he just came out with a new Netflix show too. Did you hear why his face looks the way that it does? What am I talking about? Poor guy. People thought that he had plastic surgery or something. I guess this is now a celebrity gossip podcast. But people thought he got plastic surgery or something. But apparently he has this like giant fountain in his house, and he ran into his like house in his living room, like the foyer or something, and like fell face first onto this fountain and like splotched his head open or something. And so I don't know if he had to get some kind of surgery or something for that done, or I don't remember what it was, but supposedly he healed and it doesn't look as bad or whatever. But anyways, that's just some tea for like if you end up watching his Netflix show and you realize that he looks a little bit different. But wish him a happy birthday in our hearts. 11/11. It's actually midnight, October 18th right now. Happy birthday, Zac. Wait, it's not even October. What am I talking about? It's a fucking podcast, so people can't tell me to shut up when I'm wrong. It's November 18th, not October 18th. I am delirious. I'm not in my car. I'm at a friend's house, and the room is pitch black. I'm sitting in front of my laptop drinking a Coca-Cola. How horrible of me when I'm trying to be healthy and go to the gym. But when I go to the gym, I crave really unhealthy, bad food and fast food. And I was trying to, just make good choices. I am not making good choices. So my brain is obviously not okay. So I'm sitting here wishing Zac Efron a happy fucking birthday. And it's a month later. Wow, Zac Efron, if you ever hear this, I am so sorry. I apologize. Oh my god, I'm never gonna start this episode. I think this is just the welcome back to the podcast, and it's just gonna be called a shit show. Okay, thank you guys. Have a good night. Love you all. Catch you later. Find me on TikTok and Instagram. All right, so we're gonna get into it now. If you stick around till the end of this episode, I am going to do those segments of the podcast that I was doing before, where I ask the best and worst parts of your day, and if we have time, I'll play like a little game or something. But so far, with the shit show that this is doing random celebrity gossip, I'm not sure if we'll have time for this, guys. Our guest today is just a big old yapper. Oh my god, there I go again. I literally just can't shut up. Okay, so nobody really said that they didn't want me to make them anonymous on these answers on Instagram. Sorry, nobody told me, so I may just, give you a little shout out. The conversation I had with my sister-in-law was when she first met me. She's been in my family for 3 years now, and we had never really spoken to each other. Other than like a hi and a bye. She'd come over for like a birthday party for my house, or we would go to my mother-in-law's house or something. And she was always very quiet. And I was like, oh, she's just quiet and shy. So we didn't really speak a lot. But normally I'm like, if I see somebody like alone in a room or sitting on a couch and people are ignoring them or being mean, like I'm always the person to like approach them, and start up conversation. And I feel like I probably did here and there, like just like, oh, how are you? How have you been? Apparently, she never spoke to me because she was very intimidated by me. And I laugh every time I hear something like this from someone, because I don't know, I view myself so differently in my brain. And by the way, for those of you who struggle out there with like your identity and how you come off to people, and how you come across in public and yada yada, just remember, you think more about yourself than anybody else does, because everybody else is in their own head thinking about themselves, so they ain't fucking worried about you. So she told me that I just seemed very like just intimidating. I was this girl that was like on TikTok and Instagram, and I have so many friends and I'm so popular, and I was like TikTok famous, and like she just thought that I like wasn't gonna want to talk to her or have anything to do with her. And my jaw just like drops. That is so far from how I think of myself or ever would behave. I think that type of behavior is so disgusting. Like thinking that you are better than other people because of like how many followers you have and stuff like that is honestly repulsive. A friend of mine that I've been speaking to a lot recently keeps calling me an influencer, and I just want to vomit. I'm getting more used to the word because it really is like true. You are influencing people on the internet to either buy things or support you or follow you or keep in touch or, support this business or this charity. Like you are influencing, but like the word like influencer has like such a bad reputation, I guess, in my eyes, that I don't want to come across like that. And I guess I came across like that. So she never spoke to me, that poor little girl. So, I kind of got more into this conversation, and I was like, okay, like, was I mean or whatever? And I think maybe she mentioned that like I had a little bit of like, I guess I looked intimidating, or like maybe I would be like a mean girl. Sometimes people have that look and they're not really like that, but she was just like shy and embarrassed, and she was like, gosh, I just thought you were so pretty, and we would come to your house and it was just like big and beautiful, and I didn't want to like touch anything or whatever. And that is another thing about myself. It's like I'm so into like DIY and having things pretty and clean and organized and yada yada, but I always want people to feel at home. And so it bothered me every time people would come over and they'd be like, can we eat here in the living room on the couch? I'm like, yes, fucking eat on the couch. I have cats that scratch up all my freaking furniture. Like, what do I care about a rice and a bean falling on the couch? Like, please make yourself at home. I didn't want to be that like, your home is a museum type person, but apparently it came off like that, and everybody in my life that would come to my house would feel that way, and I hated it because my house, I didn't take my shoes off really. The cats would shit and pee all over everything, so like what do I care? So does it bother me? Yes, but no, I want you to feel at home. I'm going into detail about these things because I don't want this episode to just be like, oh my god, I'm talking about myself, man, like what do you guys like about me? No, like I want to share insight on a person whose brain and personality is like mine, so that people out there whose brains are very different or maybe more practical and grounded and steady, like you guys understand why we are the way you are, and you see things differently from a different perspective, and maybe don't take things so personally, or how to respond or react around people this way. We can all learn from each other. I am a very big believer on we all have something that we can give to others to learn. Like your college degree, your career path, your family history, your financial situation, none of that has anything to do with anything, because everybody out here can learn something new from every single freaking person in this world. All right, let me step off of this soapbox now. Thank you for joining my TED Talk. So, to get into the Instagram responses, someone commented, so for example, my friend Maria, hey Cheeto, what's up? She was like, I thought you were literally the prettiest human being, funny, goofy, beautiful soul, amazing voice, and I'm so excited for the return of Ill for Real. Hey, yes, me too. I'm so excited to get back into this. And I love this girl. You are one of the sweetest souls I know too. But there were other things like this in my responses. My friend Julie, she said loud, LOL. I'm so sorry. I feel like I wasn't that loud in high school. It's just like my laugh was obnoxious, or like I was always talking, so there was just always sound coming from me. But were the sounds really loud? Like, she literally said, what do you guys think? What was your first impression of me? And her response just says loud. I know you mean no harm, but I was dying laughing. And then Lily said, I thought you were fun and someone I would want to be friends with. Oh, thank you. And there's a few more like that, like Mama 5912 said, I thought you seemed fun. Robin, my friend in Texas, she said, hot, badass boss lady with a bunch of emojis who's been through shit but always comes out stronger. Thank you. I love you. Someone else said, let's see. I've always been, this is Carolina. Hi, I haven't seen you in so long. I've always been so jealous of your voice in a good way. I love it so much. Also, let me see, I gotta find your other half of your thing. Also, when we finally became friends, I thought I was so cool hanging out with the cool girl. She put a laughing emoji. I'm like so embarrassed. I genuinely, guys, I had no idea. Some of you guys that responded to these things that you felt that way or thought that way of me, I am just like, I want to vomit. Like, it's so embarrassing. I never saw myself as like the cool girl. Like reading your things from like over a decade ago. But I'm flattered. Thank you. Guys are so freaking sweet. All that to say, I was getting a lot of responses like this, and I was like, okay, I have to go on Instagram again and be like, okay, thank you guys for the compliments. I love it. Like, you guys are the best. You're so sweet. I am so excited about this, but like, I really mean, like, what was your impression of like me as a person? Like, not that you thought I was pretty or I had a good voice or whatever, because I'm not sitting here like looking for compliments. Genuinely, guys, I wanted podcast content and like a conversation, you know? So I asked you guys to like genuinely tell me like how you, I said it in this way. How did I make you feel? What type of girl did you actually think that I was? And how did I make you feel around me, you know? So I'm going to go through and I'm just going to read, you know, the ones from before and the ones after I asked that question and just kind of, I don't know, talk about it and have a conversation. But it was just very interesting. But a lot of people also didn't know me from like high school, or they don't know me in person, and you only follow me on social media. So that's a whole other part of this. Like, there's so many like influencers out there and content creators nowadays. It's such a big thing that like I also wanted to share all of this for you guys to learn how we feel as people who literally share all of our lives on the internet. Because as stupid as people think it is sometimes, or as shallow as you think people are, not everybody is. Some people really do take it to their head and they just get carried away, or they're just blinded by, you know, the fame and the attention or whatever you want to call it, that they can turn into like kind of mean-hearted people. But not everybody's like that. So I wanted you guys to get a sense of like my perspective as a person in the social media light in a way. It's not like I'm like a big person on social media or anything, but I do share a lot of my life online. So, for example, Busy Life of Five, I've never met her. She's never met me in person, but she's following me online, and she said, I thought that you were trying to bring happiness to others with your singing and love for antiques while hiding / not sharing your personal life. I sensed sadness, and she put a sad face. Just wanted to be your friend. This is so, it's so different for me to read this too, because that's when and how she found me online. Like, everybody who knows me in person, and even people who have been following me for years on social media, would literally say, I think they would say complete opposite. Hiding and not sharing my personal life, like, jaw dropped. What? Literally, that's all I do. All I do is share my personal life. And I don't feel like I ever really came off as a sad person. I've been through a lot of sad things in my life, but I've always tried to, like, cover it with humor or, sarcasm, and I've never really liked hiding in the shadows. But apparently this person joined my following and my little online family while I was going through something really traumatic, and she sensed that I was a sad person, and that makes me so sad. Because the first part of her message is true. I've always been trying to bring happiness and joy to others with music, and this I've always loved like thrifting and antiquing and stuff, but it was like this new huge thing that kind of blew up on TikTok that just made me so happy, and I liked spreading that joy to other people. So I wish that it would have stopped there, that message. But that's the ill for real part of it, is that I came off as a sad person that looked like I was trying to spread happiness. And I'm flattered that the end of your message said that you just wanted to be my friend, and that means a lot to me. I really appreciate your guys' support and stuff like that online. So I don't know, that's just something to keep in mind for these like social media content creators and influencers and stuff like that. So many people are hiding in the shadows. They always have been, probably because they don't want to go through the pain of like sharing all of that. But we just, like, a lot of times we don't want to be negative. And I hope that when I share things online that is like sad and hard, and I talk about trauma and depression and anxiety and things like that, I don't want it to come off as negative and like, oh my god, this girl is such a rain cloud. Like, I just want to be real. Like, that's what people are going through, and I do genuinely want to spread happiness. So just keep that in mind with these people out there. Some people are being really real, and it's very hard for them, and some people are being fake. And I think if you really read into especially people's body language and the way that they speak, their mannerisms, and I don't know, the quality of their content, that it's not all just for a big show, I think you can pick out the genuine people. So there's that. Tia Lolox just said the word broken. And ew, for real. I saw that message at the very end of reading through all these Instagram messages, and I don't know why my jaw would drop, but my jaw dropped open, and I was like, like, she's the only one that said that, like, that said that I was broken, and that was her first impression of me. And it dropped because I was like, oh my god, she sees me. And that's, I don't know, it's just like really sad, because I don't know if she followed me recently, through this traumatic like past year that I've had, and she sensed that I was broken, or if she's been following me for a long time and you've seen that I am now kind of a broken person. But I don't know, it didn't hurt me, but I cried, because I was like, oh my god, there are people out there that can see it, they can sense it, and I'm not ready to share why I've been broken. But I never thought that I would get to this place right now, and it's kind of weird, and I'm like kind of grossed out to even say it for some reason. I don't know why. I just have like a terrible like issue with like accepting and admitting that like eventually time is going to make things not as bad, and I'm starting to get to a place where I can say that I'm not a broken person anymore. I mean, I do think I'm always going to have these cracks and nicks and cuts in my body, my mind, and my soul. But I'm healing, and I don't even know why I'm healing or how I'm healing. But I really do think a lot of it has to do with just accepting that this is who I am, that I've been sad, and you're allowed to be sad, and you need to be sad, and you have to feel your feelings and let it out, and it's not a bad thing to cry. And yeah, I'm broken. I've been a broken person, and I think I'm always going to be a broken person because, like, you know, you drop a porcelain vase on the ground, there's no fixing it. You can repair it, you can tape it up, you can glue it, you can what, but you're gonna look at that vase for the rest of your life sitting on your fireplace mantle and be like, oh my god, I broke that thing a long time ago, I feel so bad. But look at it, it's like up there so pretty, and she's making it work, you know, and glued it together, and that flex shot is holding on real tight. But like, if she drops again, it's gonna break even more because it's very sensitive and vulnerable now, and it's got a lot of cracks in it, and that's just how I am. Funny enough, I just came across a meme yesterday. I'm gonna look it up right now. I have it in my screenshots. Oh, I might have deleted it. But this meme, oh, it's right here. It's not a meme, but it's like one of those stupid like picture things that you see online, and it's a picture of a disco ball. And I have a friend that makes fun of me every time he gets in my car because I have a little tiny mini disco ball hanging from my rearview mirror, and they're like, why the fuck do you have a disco ball? I'm such a weirdo, like what the heck. But it's so cute. When I'm driving, the sun hits it through the windshield, and it's just like a sparkling fun party in my car. Anyways, and so I came across this meme, I screenshotted it, and I sent it to him because I thought it was really funny. I'm going to say this from now on. The next time someone asks me, why do I have a disco ball in my car? Because this is very accurate. I've always loved mirrors. I don't know why I'm obsessed with mirrors. Not my reflection or staring at myself in mirrors, just mirrors and what they do. And they bring light into the room, and they're shiny, and it's satisfying to clean them. But okay, I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea over here. Let me get Jenny's obsessed with mirrors because she's literally obsessed with staring at herself. Ew, no. But if I would stop yapping and get to the point, the little meme thing says, a disco ball is hundreds of pieces of broken glass put together to make a magical ball of light. You aren't broken. You're a disco ball. Hell yeah, bitches. We are not broken. We're a freaking disco ball of fun. Of beautiful, sparkling, shiny, mirrory glass fun. Who doesn't like a disco? I'm staring at this picture right now. It's gorgeous. I don't know why, but I'm just like, anywhere that I see a disco ball, I want to be there. Okay, so don't be jealous that my car is just it's a party house. All right? So to get back to the whole thing that I was just talking about, yeah, I might be broken, but honestly, no, I'm not broken. I'm a disco ball. Okay, so then I think it's Ramirez is the abbreviation for her Insta handle. You were and are very relatable. I loved it and followed you immediately on TikTok. Thank you, C. That's like the biggest compliment for me, is that I'm relatable. That's all I want. I want people to relate and to feel comfortable and safe and at home. And I love it if I make you laugh and brighten your day, because girl, a lot of times my days don't not be bright. They be real dark and dim and sad. And so it brings me joy to make someone else happy, because I'm like, wow, I helped. I did that. Okay, don't feel so shitty about yourself and your life. So thank you for the ultimate compliment and for following me on TikTok. I don't know when that was. It could have been in 2020. It could have been this year, but I appreciate you. And I'm glad that you think that I'm relatable. That is literally all I'm here to do and to be. My friend Kathy said, let's see. Oh, she sent a few, so I got to read these in order Hang on. She said, and I haven't seen her in years, probably since like high school. She said, in person, years ago, I thought you were different than the typical HB girls. HB is an abbreviation for the school that I went to. And she said, and you truly were. Your voice always gave me goosebumps. LOL. I feel like you have always been the same person. Outgoing, happy. You changed the atmosphere in a good way. That is so sweet. It makes me want to tear up. I mean, I thought everybody saw me as the rebellious girl. I wanted to be like Avril Lavigne, and people knew that I listened to like worldly music, and I was just the bad girl because I don't know, I wanted to be a freaking 15-year-old girl, a teenager, and I liked boys, and that was so bad of me to like boys and just stupid stuff. So I figured I was always seen as a different than typical HB girl because most girls, I don't know, I guess there were a lot of bad girls like me, little rebels. But like the way that you're supposed to act is like a feminine, prim and proper young lady that has manners and it does not have a fucking sailor mouth. And you do not touch boys until you're married. Or I don't know, they were mean and snotty. I don't know. But I was just, it's weird when I'm viewed at as like maybe that I was mean and snotty because I was just friends with everyone. I was friends with like the nerd group. I was friends with the popular girls. I was a cheerleader, but I was also part of the group of kids that would like sneak out and go to like house parties. Did I even really go to house parties? I don't even know. What did I do? No, I'd sneak out and go to like Dairy Bell around the corner from my house and get ice cream, and just because I was out on the streets, I was being bad. Most of what I was actually doing that was bad in high school was, just gonna be honest here because sorry mom, dad, if you're listening to this, but I was having sex as a teenager. I was sleeping with my boyfriend, but like I literally, both my boyfriends in high school, I was in love with them. As a 31-year-old woman, up until few months ago, I've been with two men my entire life. Two, and both of those men were my high school boyfriends, but I was viewed as a bad girl because I was sleeping with my boyfriend. Lo and behold, I was with one of them for 13 years. So anyways, back to this. Your voice always gave me goosebumps. I sang in school and sang in church and stuff like that, so that's why people are giving me these comments and compliments. Thank you guys. Also, never really thought like highly or amazing of my voice. I just really love singing, and I've always wanted to be a singer. I've auditioned for like The Voice and American Idol and stuff like that, and I never made it. And I'm like, I went to a couple callbacks, but I never made it any farther than that. I'm like, see, it's because I'm not that good, so I'm just gonna be a wedding singer because that's my style, and it's simple and it's easy, and I can do it on my own, and I don't have to be Taylor Swift because that seems like a lot of freaking pressure. Yeah, see, she knows me in person from years ago, and she commented outgoing and happy, and I changed the atmosphere in a good way, and it's like, that's how I view me. But people recently in my life, they don't view me like that because it's very obvious that I'm a heartbroken woman. That is all. Another one was from A.S. Beechel. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm sorry. But she said, fun, compassionate, one of a kind, talented, engaging. That's a good one. I like that word. Thank you. That's a very big compliment for me. And gorgeous. Thank you. You're so nice. You guys are too nice. I'm literally sweating right now. I'm gonna vomit. I can't. I'm trying to be better too. Like, I don't like conceited and arrogant people, but like I know how annoying it is to like genuinely be like, girl, you are so freaking beautiful today. And like, no, I'm not. And this, and then you pick it apart. Like, on my end, I have witnessed that it is frustrating when somebody doesn't believe you when you give them a compliment. So I'm trying to be better with that. That when you give me a compliment, just accept it, as disgusting as I feel and as shy and as much as I'm blushing and I don't want to. Thank you for calling me gorgeous and compassionate and fun. Ew. But I think you only know me from social media, so that makes me happy that I come off like that to you. I'm assuming you've been following me for a while then, so thank you for being here as long as you've been, even though my content has gone downhill. Jess Mama says, you were the cutest little soul. Wait a minute. This comment's really funny. Oh god, it's so embarrassing. You were the cutest little soul with her butterbell. A soul that could light up a room. Thank you. That stupid butterbell video, man. It still haunts me to this day. But I love my butterbell. Those butterbells are so dang cute. They're so fun and they're practical and they're a great gift, by the way. The holidays are coming up. You need to get somebody in your family a butterbell. Insert ad for butterbell. If you click the link in my bio, it will take you to my Amazon favorites, which will lead you to a link that contains a yellow butterbell featured in the viral video that I made about why you need a butterbell in your life, because it's smooth as butter. And if you click that link, it not only helps somebody else have happy, warm, soft, spreadable butter for the holidays on their freaking toast, but it also helps me because I'm poor and I'm trying to be an Amazon influencer, and I will make probably half of 1 penny if you just buy a butterbell from that stupid link. Shameless plug. But like, that's the part of being an influencer that like I don't like. Like, I don't like doing that. But like, I am genuinely sharing this info with you about a butterbell because I genuinely love these damn butterbells, okay? And there's also mini ones. If you go to antique malls and thrift stores, you can find them for like $1.50 and they'll make your life a living heaven. They're amazing. Go buy a butterbell. And Butterbell Company out there, what is your name? I can't remember the name of the Butterbell Company. You know who you are. I'm not even going to say your name because y'all are still not paying me. And you need to sponsor me, the Butterbell girl that can light up a room, according to Jess's mama. They have made so much money off of my freaking Butterbell videos. It's not even funny. So you know what? I will leave that shameless Amazon link in my Linktree bio plug in there because I deserve it. I've worked so damn hard for that spreadable butter. And I've also worked really hard to lose the weight that I accumulated by making Butterbell content and eating tamales on TikTok. Pretty smart chica. She said, talented, pretty, and funny. Thank you so much. I'm not sure how long she's been following me, but it is kind of interesting to see maybe how long I think people have been following me and how different I come across, like across the span of like 1 to 2 or maybe 3 years that I've known these people online. Jasmine, my TikTok friend, she was probably one of the people that was in one of my very first live auctions that I would do on live stream on TikTok. She said, oh yeah. She said, I met you one night when you and Bonnie did a Zoom call with a bunch of us ladies. We did like a Zoom call with a bunch of our like followers and like friends and stuff from TikTok. That was really fun. She said, I thought you were hilarious trying to figure out how to work Zoom, LOL, in the beginning of 2020. Dang, girl, it was the beginning of 2020, COVID-19. Man, you have been around for a while. And yes, I had never done Zoom in my life. For the second time in my life, I did a Zoom call just a few days ago, and I still don't know how to work it. It is horrendous. I hate Zoom. I never want to do it again. Immediately delete. But she said, I knew in that moment that you were someone who brought light and joy to others. Probably because I was being freaking obnoxious, and they were probably all laughing at me because I am technologically challenged sometimes. I just get so frustrated with technology, and if it doesn't work, ooh, girl. Oh, that was a very fun night. Thank you for sticking around all this time, and I am so sorry for the content that I have put out recently, and I know I'm very different, but you the real MVP, Jasmine. Megan, oh my gosh, Megan Gibson, I haven't talked to her in so long, one of my old dear friends. She said, full of life, not fake. That's also a huge compliment to me. Thank you so much. Very, very flattered. She said, seems like you always had a contagious smile and laugh. Oh, thank you. It's probably not really contagious. It's just really loud and obnoxious, so it's very hard to miss. Just kidding. I'll take the compliment. I'm so sorry. Thank you. I actually feel the same way about you, girl. Oh, my Lanta, where was I? I had to take a break because I'm staying at my friend Alyssa's house, and my friends just came home. They were at a concert. I should have just kept it recording and had her be a little like surprise guest. But perfect timing because I'm about to end this episode. We're going to do the whole segment where like I talk about my favorite and worst parts of my day, and her husband Josh just gave me a little information, and that gave me my favorite part of the day. So I'm excited to share what that is. But to finish off where I left off, there were a couple more just because I said I was going to share everyone's. Barbara said that her impression of me was that I'm kind-hearted. Again, those are my favorites. Anything that has to do with like how I make you feel. Somebody telling me that I'm kind-hearted makes it worthwhile putting, my life and stuff out there for the world to see, because it's very vulnerable being on this end. You put yourself there to be exposed to a lot of criticism and micro criticisms and stuff. So thank you, Barbara. Furman, what's up, dude? He said, one of a kind, sweet person. Thank you. Same goes to that. Love that. Love you for that. Oh, actually, I have quite a few more. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we still get a little bit. Oh my god, I got so many to go through. Oh, dang. Okay, I'm gonna start from here. Thrifty sister. Hi, I'm assuming you're following me for my thrift content. She said, wait, I'm new. You have a podcast? I'm gonna listen now. I sure do. Thank you. I hope you found it, and I hope I am not a disappointment. I will say, I've mentioned in previous episodes that I'm going to be talking about thrifting and maybe even take you guys with me on an episode to an antique mall, and you can see and hear, actually, the realness of what it's like to do one of my favorite things in the entire world. Keep on thrifting, sister. Speaking of thrifty, another one of my friends, Sydney. Okay, so Sydney, fun fact, her page on Instagram is called Soul Fed Home. She is the person that I bought my very first Butterbell from the Butterbell video from. I got it from her. And then we became mutuals, and we've been following each other since. I love her. Sweetest freaking person you'll ever meet. She was the first person I ever had seen doing those live auctions on Instagram, and then that's what made me start doing my live auctions on TikTok, and it kind of took off. And so she's kind of like the heart and soul and inspiration from behind that. Soul fed home. Anyways, so she said, very sweet with so much love to give, but also a very bold, outspoken side. Oh, that makes you give off boss ass bitch vibes. Okay, I like this. Mysterious yet very outspoken. You're so fun to keep up with. Oh my god, I love this. That was so detailed, and oh my gosh, you guys know I live for the details. Thank you. Outspoken, that's a new one. I feel like, yeah, I've always been pretty outspoken. I try not to come off as a bitch, so it's nice. Thank you that you said that my outspoken side makes me give off boss ass bitch. I'll be a boss ass bitch. That's great, but I don't want to be a bitch. So, and mysterious, I like that. I've always wished that I was a mysterious person, or that I come off like that. The only times I've ever been called mysterious is because of like maybe a certain way I was dressed, or I was wearing dark colors or eyeshadow or something. I have dark hair, but I don't feel like I'm very mysterious because I'm an open book and I'm like, hi, nice to meet you, word vomit, but here's my whole life story. And not everybody likes that. So anyways, I love your input. Thank you so much. Mrs. Heather F. She found me on TikTok, she said, and she said I came off as sweet, funny, and a beautiful voice. Thank you. You might have followed me from when I did a lot more music on there. I'm trying to get back to that, guys. I really want to get back into music. It makes me happy. But also what makes me happy is this freaking podcast. Because I kind of had a rough day, and just talking here literally to myself just feels like therapy. This is great. So, anyways, that was just a side note, but thank you for the compliments, Heather. Brandacious. You speak with your eyes. Oh, I love that. That is a great compliment. Oh my god. I mean, I've always been pretty animated, but I love that I speak with my eyes. I hope that one day somebody falls in love with me because of something like that. Something little. Wow, that just really, I let me just sit with this for a second. I really liked that. You speak with your eyes. I also speak with my hands, but thank you for that not being your first impression of me, is that I speak with my hands, but that I speak with my eyes. I also see with my eyes. Did you know that? Jasmine says bubbly. I like that. Free spirited. Oh, I like that. And sweet. Oh, thank you. Again, just really glad that that's what you guys get. Sometimes I wish that you guys like put yourself out there more so that I can like watch you and see you and send you beautiful messages about how you make me feel. Melanie Riel says, I thought you were so creative. Oh my God, I love that compliment. That's one of my favorite compliments. I am a Disney fan. Oh, whoop whoop, Disney peeps. And I was so impressed with all of your parodies. Oh my gosh, that's one of my most favorite things to do. Also, like, regarding music, I really want to get back into making more of those parodies. It's so fun. I think one of my next TikTok live streams, I'm going to do what I did a long time ago, and we sat on a live and listened to Disney karaoke, and we created a parody together. Oh, great times. One of my dear friends, Yesenia, I met her through TikTok. She's hilarious. Yesenia Carrion, she says, you came off as such a happy, positive person. I never would have guessed all that you've gone through. With like the sad watery eyes emoji. That's my favorite emoji, by the way. Also the glitter sparkle emoji is my favorite. And the mushroom. And the girl dancing with the red dress and the mermaid. Dear God, I gotta pick one, but I can't. This isn't even part of the conversation, Jennifer. Yesenia, I'm glad I came off as a positive and happy person. But yeah, she got to know me and she knows a lot of my story, so she knows what I've gone through. And I don't know, I guess that makes me feel better that like people don't really know until I'm open or talk about it that I've been through a lot. I mean, I guess I would like for people to kind of know those things about me off the bat, you know, like meeting me, because oh my God, that motorcycle was so loud. Because I just want people to relate and I want to be able to help people. But then if I looked and came off the way that I feel on the inside because of what I've been through, I would probably look like a ragged, dying piece of plastic trash bag garbage. I don't know, I'm trying to think of like the worst, most ugly, disgusting, like a greasy plastic bag that once held your leftovers from your lunch with your friends, but you forgot it in your car and it was 90 degrees and there was also a cup of coffee in there and it kind of spilled and it got all over, and then you also had thrown like your ID in the bag, and so you needed to reach into the bag and grab your ID, but now it's sticky and covered in old coffee and stinky food and soup, and so now it's all over your hands. And oh my, that's what my insides feel like. But you know what I'm talking about, like those nasty plastic trash bags. That's probably what I would look like. So it's good that I come off as a happy, positive person, because I don't want you guys to know everything I've been through. That's too much. We got Sin 2. The vibe I get from you is a warm heart with an old soul. Also love that compliment. I love being an old soul. Also spiritually risici. Oh my God, I love this word. Spiritually resilient. Wow. See, this is why I wanted to ask you guys this. Everybody's answers are like very different. I like these descriptive ones. A warm heart with an old soul and spiritually resilient. Oh my God, I love that. Thank you. I saw you finding, this is from Kim Sam Morales. How are you, Kim? I saw you finding yourself and dealing with whatever was going on in your life. You came a little later on in the TikTok game then. If you came from TikTok. Yep, that's definitely what I've been doing. But side note, a lot of people, so like with how my content has been lately, I've been pretty private and I haven't given very many details. People can assume or gossip or whatever they want to do, but I haven't really said much myself. And a lot of people are like, I'm glad you're finding yourself. You gotta learn to love yourself. Take this time and figure out who you are. And I think I've said this on other platforms, but I'm going to say it now again. I've always known who I am. I know who I am. I love who I am. I have it tattooed. It's literally the cover photo on this podcast of mine. Love Yourself is on my collarbone since, I don't know, like 2013. But I got that as my first tattoo because the meaning behind it is before anyone else, before any other tattoo, you got to learn to love yourself. And I feel like I always have. I really, really, truly do love my heart and my spirit and my soul and my mind and my creativity, the love that I have to offer, my family, how I view and feel about my friends and relationships. I love everything about me, my creativity, my mind, the way my brain works. I love my body. So it's really hard, like trying to, I don't know, like live a life and find this quote unquote new person, new version of me, because I don't want a new version of me. I don't want a new Jenny. I don't want a different Jenny. I guess I do always want a better Jenny. I can always better myself. So maybe that's what I'm doing. I'm bettering myself. I don't know how or where or why. I feel like everything's going backwards in my life and I'm kind of stuck and plateaued. And my life kind of does seem like it's going downhill and declining from what it was, because literally I was living my dream life and my dream home and my dream everything, and it was just kind of all ripped from my hands. And so yeah, these comments, I appreciate them and I love them, but I don't know what to do with that, because I'm not finding myself. I don't know. I don't know how to love myself more, and I just want things in my life to go the way I want them to go, because I'm not very patient and I don't know what I'm waiting around for. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's to come, but I'm just like sitting here on a rock in the middle of a river with water rushing and gushing all around me, and I'm getting splashed with water, aka life circumstances and situations, because I feel like I'm set on myself. I'm not saying that I'm perfect and I have no work or nothing to do to make myself better, if that makes sense. I don't want to come off that way, but yeah, like a lot of people think that I'm taking this time to like travel and like learn who I am and what I want and what I want to do. And literally nothing's changed. I want to do the same thing that I've always been doing. I'm still creative. I'm not trying to find a new job or a career or anything. I'm just waiting for like something good and big and beautiful and full of love and intimacy to find me, I guess. And it's very frustrating because I'm very impatient. But yeah, just dealing with whatever is going on in my life, basically, Kim. So, pretty accurate. That was the end of her comment. She left some other comment. So it started off, she said, oh, okay, it makes more sense now. I'm so sorry, Kim. I did all that yapping and I didn't even read your other messages. This is what she started off with. I saw an unhappy person. Oh my God, that's so sad. Oh, I'm so sorry. I saw an unhappy person who was just making content out of boredom. Oh, she read me, y'all. I saw someone trying to reach for attention that was not being given at home. My God, Kim, Sam Morales, calling me out. But when you started going on your own and traveled on your own, I saw you. That's where it comes in. I saw you finding yourself and dealing with whatever was going on in your life. Wow. Jaw dropped, Kim. Get out of here. I'm not even going to address the rest of that because I just gave you this whole big long explanation on the end of your message. Didn't read the beginning. All I'm going to say is I'm sad that you saw an unhappy person. I'm so sorry. I'm getting better. I promise. I'm trying to heal. Love you guys. Let's see what else. Mandy, I remember this comment. Mandy says, Mandy Joe Cool. So I like you, but you don't let people do things for you. My opinion, as nicely as I can say.
I wanted to buy you that Disney shirt, but I needed your help. I think you thought it was too much. But I also think you're amazingly strong and fierce. Keep staying positive. That's hilarious. I was at Disney World for the first time, and I had gone to Disney Springs or something at some point, and I saw this Roxanne from the Goofy movie shirt or something at the store in Disney Springs, and I wanted it so bad, and it was like over $50 or something. Oh my gosh. Ew, I just said dollars instead of dollars. Oh, for real, who am I? But yeah, I was like, I don't even know. It might have been like $59 or something. And she wanted to buy it for me, so she messaged me on Instagram, and she's like, "Hey, what's your PayPal or Venmo or whatever?" Which, by the way, you might have been a new follower, Mandy, because you would know that my Venmo and my PayPal is linked in my bio. It's all linked there because of the auctions I was having and stuff. So, like, if you guys ever want to gift me something, like Mandy said, I don't let people do things for me. She was like, I need this email or whatever. And I was like, immediately no. Immediately no. First of all, you are so kind and I love you so much for doing that. But, like, it would feel so freaking bad if I was like, oh my god, you want to buy this for me? Here, my Venmo is this. Send me literally all your money so I can buy this stupid sweater when people are like starving in Africa. So I just feel bad. And like when people want to give me something, it's literally got to be a surprise because I just can't. I can't accept a compliment. How am I going to accept your doll hairs? So she needed my help and I didn't give her my help and I did think it was too much, but thank you so much. You are literally the kindest soul, and thank you for saying that I'm amazingly strong and fierce, and I will keep trying to stay positive. But I also do really wish that I had that Roxanne sweater, so I might go and try and find one on Amazon because she is sexy AF. Oh, Perla also left me another one that said super friendly, made me feel included. Oh, I love that. See, like that's a I'm assuming an impression from high school, and that's all I wanted to do for people in high school. Like I remember a long time ago somebody left me a message because I think I like made some video on Facebook and I was like, please let me know if I've ever hurt your feelings or said anything to make you feel bad. I want to like personally apologize to you. And somebody messaged me, literally one of the sweetest people in the entire freaking universe. I'm pretty sure it was Liz. Liz, if you're listening to this, I know we are mutuals on social media. I think it was Liz C, or maybe it was Amelia. Somebody from my class, one of my, I literally consider her a friend. She messaged me, or if it's the wrong person and you're hearing this, like, let me know, because it was literally a personal Facebook message. They were like, you said something like really mean or like hurtful, like I didn't mean to, but I don't even remember. Like it's like making fun of something, but she took it personally. I can't remember. And I literally cried. I felt so bad because I never wanted to make anybody feel left out or bullied or anything like that in high school. And I did by accident. And I did like sincerely apologize. I'm pretty sure I did. Oh my god, if I didn't, or if I did what I like always do and I forgot to press send or something, I'm so sorry. But like that makes me feel good that like Perla was this girl that came to school as like a new student and I made you feel included. Oh my god, I can't with the emotions. Luna B Photography says, I find you extremely relatable. Yay! I initially found you on TikTok and followed because of Disney inspired decor. Ugh, yes, love it. Thank you for following, and that was one of my favorite things to do. I miss having my home because of that. It looks like maybe your comment was continued, but I don't see the second one, so if I come across it, we'll finish that, Luna B. But thank you for saying I'm relatable and for following me on TikTok. You're the best. Ellie Rod. Is this the Ellie Rodriguez? I think it is. I think so. The picture is very small. 13. Ellie Rod says, genuine, hilarious, someone that I could instantly click with in real life by simply being our goofy and funny selves. Yes. Those are some of my favorite connections. We could just be ourselves. Simply Jen says, someone real, kind, and genuinely happy to make others happy. And that's the thing. I might not be happy all the time. I might not genuinely feel like a happy person 24 hours a day, but I am genuinely happy to make others happy. So thank you. I appreciate that. Sweet Pea, this is Gato, right? I haven't talked to you guys in so long. I'm pretty sure this is Gato. My first impression of you was that you are super creative, funny, energetic, with such a warm heart. Thank you. The warm heart comments, like, I feel like that's one of those compliments that's like you have to feel it to like understand like what a warm heart is. It just means so much to me. So thank you. Darling Nikki, you made me feel like I have community. Warm and welcome. Oh my god, that's amazing. I genuinely hope to meet you one day. Oh my gosh, the darling Nikki. I didn't see this one before. This is so sweet. Where are you from? Maybe, hopefully, the universe will bring us together and I can meet you. That's another thing that I really want to do. I want to do like a meetup like at an antique mall. I feel like meet and greet sounds so influencery and so like blech. It's not a meet and greet. Oh my gosh, let me give you my autograph. It'll immediately know we're meeting up at the antique mall. We're gonna walk through the doors. We're gonna look at each other in the eyes, go, we gotta find a butterbell. Then we run around and we race and we have a freaking contest on who can find a butterbell first or the most butterbells. If I ever have a meetup, that's literally what we're doing. I'm not signing anything. Literally nobody would ever ask me to sign anything. But you know what I mean by that. That was like a metaphor. Not a metaphor. What the fuck is the word I'm looking for? Oh my god, I sound so dumb right now. This is exactly why I would never sign anything. What is the word I was looking for? You know what I'm talking about. Whatever. Simply Jen. I don't know if I read this one. Honestly, I felt like you were someone I could be friends with and thrift with. Definitely. Literally refer to the last ridiculous conversation I just had with myself about meeting up and looking for butterbells. Lisa, my girl Lisa Sandia, really found you relatable in the sense that we kind of grew up in the same way. Church. Oh, why do I not remember that you had the same upbringing as me? Ew, that's horrible of me. I don't even remember that was something we had in common. But girl, that is a conversation for another day, because we will sit here and we will talk to each other about that for hours then, because I've related to you on many levels, but I don't know why I don't remember the church thing. I'm the worst. Literally the worst human being. Not signing anything. I think this is Melissa Meli Carrera. Funny. Loved your TikTok videos. Thank you. So simple. I'm glad I could make you laugh. A. Williams, my girl Alyssa that I was just talking about. I'm at her house. Oh my god. Allie. Ew, I never call you Allie. Ew, if you were listening to this, please, Mom, do not punish me later. Do not make me sleep with the mouse in the basement. For calling you Allie. Who am I? You're not Allie, you're Mom. Anyways, the choker. The choker during your interview. Okay, so I met Alyssa at the music school. It's so funny. I love you. And I think that's it. Oh my god. I think I made it through everything. Oh wait, no, there's one more. Oh, Kenny Jones. This one's new, but I like this. See, I didn't want everything to be like super positive. Another reason I did this was because I wanted to learn like the not so positive things of myself too, or negative things. I want constructive criticism, you know, because everybody can better themselves. And Kenny says a little standoffish but a really fun personality and cute. Thank you. Standoffish, that's like probably like what my sister-in-law felt. Like the whole reason this conversation started, Paige probably thought I was standoffish and, I don't know, intimidating and didn't want to talk to me. But like I feel like I met Kenny on a 4th of July boat trip with some of my best friends. There was a bunch of us, like my family and friends, there. And so I feel like on that trip where I met you, I would have been like really probably goofy and drunk and like jumping in the freaking river or lake or wherever we were and like probably being obnoxious. So it's funny that you thought I was standoffish because I don't know what I did or if I said something that made me come off that way, but it's also not a bad thing, guys. When you hear, like, again, constructive criticism, when you hear stuff about yourself like that, that's not a bad thing. Like, if I come off standoffish, that's fine. But I'm sure Kenny got to know me because another part of his comment is, but a really fun personality. So I'm sure we like clicked, or maybe I warmed up to him, or I wasn't as shy or whatever. But also, Kenny, by the way, if you're listening to this, which probably not, I may have seemed that way because you've kind of got like this like mean mugging looking face, like the Rock, the Dwayne the Rock Johnson vibes to you. So I probably was like scared of you. I was probably intimidated of you. And so I probably looked like a scared little girl. That's what I remember. And it's not a bad thing. It's not a negative thing. But that's it for my Instagram comments. I enjoyed this. This was fun. And I learned a lot. And maybe you guys learned a lot. Or just a little bit. Maybe you learned just like a tad bit about people and other personalities. Flirting with less. What is this screenshot? There's a screenshot in here in the midst of all these comments. Oh, never mind. I was gonna read it because usually when I screenshot like memes and stuff like that, it's like some inspirational quote. And I was gonna leave you on a nice note with some beautiful words of wisdom, and this is just a very depressing thing. So I'm not gonna read it. It's titled "Flirting with Lust." In case you're curious. So that's that, guys. It's a little bit of a longer episode this time because it's been a long time since I gotten on here and spoken to you guys, and I am long-winded, and I feel like I do a lot better with time management when there's other people around. So that's why I talk a lot more when I'm by myself because I don't know when to freaking stop. So I look forward to the day that I have guests again. Speaking of guests, actually, if it's not my next episode, in the next couple episodes to come, I am going to have an open line for you guys to call in and we can talk. I want to speak to you guys in person. I don't know, I'll probably do it on my Instagram stories, so go follow me over there. It's Jengwin, and we can pick a topic that we want to speak about in person, and I'll get to talk to you guys and hear your voices, and we can make each other laugh, and I'll probably annoy the crap out of you, but I think that would be a really fun thing to do. But to go ahead and end this episode, the worst part of my day is, or I don't know how to word it. How did I word it on my other episodes? The worst thing that happened to me today, or the worst part of my day, so I could get it out of my system, get rid of that negativity, let it go, vent it out, and then I'm going to tell you 2 good things about my day to add positivity and breathe it in and end on a good note. So the worst part of today was, it was kind of something that happened last night. It was a phone call with some kind of hard news with someone very dear to me. It kind of carried over in today and affected our conversations and my emotions and some stressful things that I need to get done in my life to get going and moving along in life. And it was just a hard conversation. But that was probably what brought me down the most today. But to follow up with something good was, I tried to keep my head above water and think practically about it and reflect and see things for how they are and through someone else's eyes because of that conversation that we had on the phone. I'm learning how to communicate with people and grow and be more mature and not react, but respond, and I can still do way better. But I feel like I'm doing better. And instead of slumping and just being depressed, I was pretty sad today, but I didn't let it totally ruin my entire day. I just did a lot of self-reflecting, and I carried on with my day, and that was a good part. But then my friends came home, and Josh showed me that I think it came out today, and I need to make a TikTok video with one of the sounds or whatever. But guys, Snoop Dogg just dropped a kids album. Snoop Dogg is like singing Wheels on the Bus. And it's hilarious, and it's PG, and we were vibing in the bathroom and like dancing Snoop Dogg, and I just picture him with a blunt in his mouth singing Wheels on the Bus, and I am for sure gonna bop to that. But that was like hilarious and great news. I cannot wait to go tomorrow on iTunes and listen to freaking Kids Bop from Snoop Dogg. Like, what the heck? That's genius. Like, I love when artists and people out there do this kinds of thing, and you think outside of the box, and you do something that you think is going to be stupid and people are going to hate, but then it's like the best thing. So I thought that was really funny, and it's probably going to bring a lot of great, hilarious TikTok content. So follow me on TikTok. And to hear some Snoop Dogg Kids Bop, don't forget to look it up. And don't forget to wish Zac Efron a happy birthday, belated birthday from Jenny. Oh my gosh, thank you guys for sticking around. I'm so sorry I talk so much, but I love doing this, and I like knowing that, you know, if you don't want to hear me talk, then you're obviously not listening to this at this point of the podcast, because that's what podcasts are. People just talk, except for I'm not talking to somebody in this episode. I'm talking to myself, so I'm sure it's annoying, but you know what? I'm going to leave you with this. There is, it was a Snoop Dogg song. It was a Snoop Dogg, like, Kids Bop freaking song. He was talking about there's nothing better in this world to be than yourself. So I'm going to keep being me. You keep being you. Keep it real, guys. Be kind. Be open. Be raw. Be genuine. Be real. Be freaking kind. Okay? Be nice to people. You don't know what they're going through.
When you are listening to this, tomorrow will literally be Thanksgiving, so I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season with your friends, your family, and your loved ones. And for those of you who are struggling during the holiday season, I am right there with you. I am actually going to do an episode on the holidays and the reality and joy and stress and all that comes with it for next week. But hang in there, and do not forget to love yourself, guys. You are wanted, you are valid, you're seen, you're needed here. Unless you're a piece of garbage, if you're a shit person, then ew, grow up. Nobody likes you. But go out there and do something today that makes you happy and brings you joy. But I'm going to do that. I'm going to go finish this DIY kitchen remodel that I'm doing for a friend. She's out of town, so I'm hoping that when she gets back in town, it will be done and I can surprise her, and she's going to walk into like a brand new home, basically. So if you wanted to keep up on that at all, if you're curious, I will be sharing that on my Instagram. So I will see you there. I love you guys. Thank you for sticking around. I know this is a lot, but I appreciate you. And again, don't forget to love yourself. Oh, and Zac Efron, call me. And then I said bye with that.